As we grow older, it's natural for our brains to change. Research shows that after the age of 60, the brain can slowly become smaller over time. But this isn't just about statistics or studies. It's about how life feels, day to day. It's about waking up in the morning and not feeling fully clear yet. About thoughts that feel a little scattered. About needing a few cups of coffee before your mind feels settled. And about walking into a room and pausing, trying to remember why you went there. I'm not sharing this to frighten you. I'm sharing it because you deserve honesty, and better answers. You've lived a full life. You've worked hard, cared deeply, and given so much to others. Your later years were never meant to be lived in a constant mental haze. If you're new to Vital Health, I warmly invite you to subscribe. We're creating a space where knowledge brings confidence, and aging is something we navigate with clarity and self-respect, not confusion. Here's something many people aren't told. While you sleep, your brain becomes incredibly active. This is when it organizes memories, processes emotions, and stores away the day's experiences. It's one of the most energy-intensive times for the brain. But after 60, many brains don't get the steady fuel they need during the night. Around 2 or 3 a.m., that energy can dip, and when it does, sleep becomes lighter and less refreshing. We often hear about blood sugar in relation to diabetes, but rarely talk about it in relation to brain health. Glucose is the brain's main source of energy. When it drops too low during sleep, or rises and falls too sharply, brain cells struggle. Focus fades. Mental clarity weakens. And over time, that fog can start to feel constant. The reassuring news is this: the solution doesn't come from a pill bottle. It comes from your kitchen. Tonight, I'll share 3 simple, familiar beans, nothing trendy or expensive, that can help support steadier brain energy through the night. These aren't miracle cures. They're traditional, time-tested foods that work gently with your body. This isn't just about eating well. It's about sleeping more deeply, thinking more clearly, and waking up with the energy to enjoy what matters most, whether that's tending your garden, reading the morning paper, or remembering every detail of a grandchild's story. Let's begin with lentils, and no, not in the way most people expect. Lentils are easy to ignore. They're simple, familiar, and rarely talked about as something special. But for the aging brain, especially one that feels tired or foggy, lentils offer something quietly powerful. When lentils are eaten in the evening, they support the brain in a very gentle way. As you sleep, the carbohydrates in lentils digest slowly. Instead of flooding the bloodstream all at once, they release energy gradually through the night. This steady release matters because glucose is the brain's main source of fuel. Unlike foods that cause sharp blood sugar spikes, followed by sudden drops, lentils help keep levels more even. And that stability gives the brain what it needs to do its nighttime work. Because while the body rests, the brain does not. During sleep, your brain is busy strengthening important connections, clearing out weaker ones, and organizing information gathered throughout the day. If fuel is unstable during this time, that process becomes less efficient. This is one reason many older adults wake up feeling mentally dull, even after sleeping for hours. Research supports this gentle approach. Studies have shown that older adults who consume slow-digesting carbohydrates in the evening often experience clearer thinking the next morning. Memory feels sharper. Processing feels smoother. And many report feeling mentally refreshed much sooner after waking. Lentils also provide more than steady energy. They are rich in folate, a B vitamin that supports communication between brain cells and helps regulate mood. Low folate level have been linked to cognitive decline and low mood later in life. Maintaining adequate intake may help protect both mental clarity and emotional balance. Another quiet benefit is iron. Many seniors live with mild iron deficiency without realizing it. Iron helps deliver oxygen to the brain, supporting alertness and focus. Lentils, especially red and brown varieties, offer a gentle, plant-based source that supports circulation over time. One gentleman shared his experience with me. After retirement, he found his mornings slow and unfocused. Crossword puzzles felt frustrating instead of enjoyable. He didn't change his routine much, only added a small bowl of lentil soup to dinner a few nights a week. Within weeks, he noticed his thoughts felt calmer, clearer, and more organized in the early hours of the day. When it comes to using lentils for brain support, simplicity matters. Try including them in your evening meal, about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Soups and stews work especially well, as they're easier to digest and allow the carbohydrates to support the brain gradually overnight. You can pair lentils with gentle, brain-friendly herbs like turmeric or rosemary. Avoid heavy meats or overly salty broths at night, as they may interfere with circulation during sleep. And if cooking feels tiring, pre-cooked lentils are perfectly fine. Warm them with a little olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. You don't need much. Even half a cup is enough. Lentils don't promise quick fixes. They don't come with hype or bold claims. But they offer something far more valuable: steady, reliable support. And sometimes, that's exactly what the brain needs to restore itself quietly through the night. What we've talked about so far is only the beginning. The next bean on our list doesn't just support brain energy, it helps the mind settle. And when it comes to clear thinking and restful sleep at night, that sense of calm can make a meaningful difference. Chickpeas may seem simple, even ordinary. But for the aging brain, they offer quiet, steady support, especially during the nighttime hours when the mind is meant to slow down, reset, and restore itself. One of the most valuable qualities of chickpeas is their natural supply of tryptophan. This amino acid helps the body produce serotonin, a brain chemical involved in emotional balance, mood stability, and the natural sleep-wake rhythm. As we grow older, serotonin levels tend to decline. This can show up as nighttime restlessness, anxious thoughts, lighter sleep, or waking earlier than desired. Serotonin also plays another important role. It helps the body produce melatonin, the hormone that guides deep, restorative sleep. When tryptophan intake is too low, melatonin production can suffer. And when that happens, the brain may struggle to enter the deeper stages of sleep it needs for repair and clarity. Chickpeas provide a gentle, plant-based way to support this process, without the heaviness that late-night animal proteins can sometimes cause. Research has shown that adults over 55 who consume natural sources of tryptophan in the evening often experience better sleep quality and clearer thinking the next day. Many report improved focus, steadier mood, and a calmer start to the morning. Chickpeas offer more than just tryptophan. They are also rich in vitamin B6, a nutrient the brain relies on to produce key neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These chemicals help regulate thinking speed, emotional balance, and mental clarity. Without enough B6, the brain has a harder time turning nutrients into usable signals, especially during stress or mental fatigue. Long-term observations have linked adequate B6 intake with slower cognitive decline in older adults, including better memory, verbal fluency, and orientation over time. Another benefit of chickpeas lies in their effect on blood sugar stability. Thanks to their fiber content and low glycemic impact, they release glucose slowly. This prevents sharp rises and drops that can disrupt sleep or lead to grogginess in the early morning hours. When the brain receives steady, moderate energy through the night, it can focus more effectively on memory organization, emotional processing, and synaptic repair, all essential for long-term brain health. Chickpeas also provide gentle support against inflammation. Their natural magnesium and plant compounds help calm low-grade inflammation, which is closely linked to age-related cognitive changes. The beauty of chickpeas is how easy they are to enjoy. A small serving of mashed chickpeas with olive oil makes a comforting evening side. Warm roasted chickpeas can be a soothing snack. Added to soups or stews, they quietly support the brain throughout the night. You don't need them every day. Even 2 or 3 servings a week at dinner can help support your brain's natural nighttime recovery. Because while your body rests at night, your mind is quietly healing too. While chickpeas help the mind relax, the next bean offers something just as important: protection. It quietly guards the brain against one of the most common and unnoticed challenges in aging: unstable blood sugar during the night. Not all energy drops happen during the day. For many older adults, the most disruptive dips occur while they're asleep, without any warning signs. Waking up feeling foggy, uneasy, or mentally slow isn't always about poor sleep. Often, it's the result of blood sugar falling too low in the early morning hours. This is where black beans truly stand out. Black beans are rich in resistant starch, a form of carbohydrate that digests slowly and releases energy at a steady pace. Instead of sharp rises and sudden crashes, they help create a smooth, even flow of glucose, exactly what the brain needs through the night. Your brain relies on a constant supply of glucose to support memory processing, cellular repair, and communication between brain cells during deep sleep. When that supply becomes unstable, these processes suffer. Studies have shown that older adults who consume more resistant starch tend to have better insulin sensitivity and more stable nighttime glucose levels. This stability has been linked to clearer thinking, sharper attention, and quicker responses the following day. But black beans offer more than steady energy. They're also naturally rich in anthocyanins, plant compounds with strong antioxidant properties. These compounds help protect brain cells from oxidative stress, a key factor in age-related cognitive changes. Diets higher in anthocyanins have been associated with improvements in working memory and decision-making in older adults. What makes black beans especially valuable is their ability to address 2 challenges at once: energy balance and inflammation. When blood sugar drops too low at night, the body often releases cortisol, the stress hormone. This can disturb sleep, disrupt the body's natural rhythm, and leave the brain feeling unrest. By supporting stable glucose levels, black beans help prevent this stress response, protecting both sleep quality and mental clarity. They're also an excellent plant-based source of magnesium, a mineral essential for nerve signaling, muscle relaxation, and calm brain activity. Low magnesium levels have been linked to restless sleep and memory concerns. Including black beans in the evening helps restore this balance naturally. One gentleman shared that after adding black beans to his dinner a few nights a week, his nights felt calmer and his mornings clearer. He didn't change anything else. He simply gave his brain steadier support when it needed it most. To use black beans effectively, keep it simple. Whether cooked from dried or canned, a small serving is enough. Half a cup, eaten 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, provides slow, reliable fuel through the night. Black beans don't promise quick fixes. They offer something better: stability, calm, and quiet strength when the brain is doing its deepest work. Once the brain feels supported, the next step is simple: consistency. Now that you understand how lentils, chickpeas, and black beans support the brain at night, the question becomes, how do you make this part of daily life? The answer isn't complicated. It doesn't require strict schedules or elaborate meals. The most powerful changes often come from small, steady habits. Start by choosing just one of the 3 beans to include in your evening meal. There's no need to rotate all of them right away. Pick the one that feels easiest or fits naturally into your routine. Lentils can be simmered into a soft soup with vegetables and a touch of olive oil. Chickpeas can be gently mashed and served warm, perhaps alongside roasted vegetables or fish. Black beans can be stewed, mashed, or blended into a light, comforting dish. The goal isn't variety, it's rhythm. Try to enjoy your bean-based meal about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This timing allows digestion to begin while still providing your brain with steady nourishment throughout the night. You don't need large portions. Half a cup is enough. What matters most is consistency. Even 2 or 3 evenings a week can create noticeable changes: fewer racing thoughts, less morning fatigue, and a calmer, clearer start to the day. If cooking daily feels tiring, prepare a batch once and store it in the refrigerator. Beans keep well and make evening meals easier throughout the week. Most importantly, pay attention to how you feel. Notice your mood in the morning. Your clarity before breakfast. Your sense of calm before that first cup of coffee. These small shifts are signs that your brain is receiving the steady support it's been missing. And remember, this isn't about perfection. You're not starting a diet. You're creating a rhythm that works with your body's natural healing cycle. This isn't just a food plan. It's a reset, a gentle way to support your brain without pills, pressure, or harsh interventions. As we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with one simple reminder. You are not walking this path alone. Even after 60, the brain can heal, restore, and regain clarity. And very often, that journey begins with something small, something as simple as what you choose to place on your plate tonight. If you've stayed with me until now, I want to say this clearly and sincerely. Thank you. Thank you for caring about your mind. Thank you for refusing to give up on your focus, your clarity, and your sense of self. So many people are told that brain fog, forgetfulness, and constant mental tiredness are just normal aging. They are not. You are not broken. You are not too late. And you are not alone. Every small step matters. A bowl of lentils. A calm dinner with chickpeas or black beans. These choices may seem simple, but your brain feels them. It responds when energy becomes steady. It settles when nights become calmer. And over time, it rewards you with clearer mornings, steadier thoughts, and the strength to fully show up for your life again. At Vital Health, everything we share is built on one belief. Real change doesn't come from quick fixes or pills alone. It comes from daily rhythms, gentle nourishment, and the belief that improvement is still possible, at any age. If today's message gave you hope or clarity, consider liking this video and sharing it with someone you care about. Your choice to watch might become someone else's reason to begin. And if you haven't yet, I invite you to subscribe to Vital Health. This is a community of people who are choosing to age with intention, wisdom, and quiet strength. You're also welcome to leave a comment and share which bean you're going to try first. Your experience may help someone else take their first step. Until next time. Sleep well. Eat simply. And take gentle care of your mind.